Oh, I
This
didn't even
hitting on
see
it.
this.
this is the
Oh
most
shit.
Yeah.
exciting tweet of the offseason.
Yeah.
Are the
Oh
Glory
my
kind of lit this
God.
year?
Boston is a little lit.
Oh, buy our
Subscribe,
merch.
subscribe, subscribe.
Subscribe, buy our shirts.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. I'm open.
I'm open.
Open.
I'm open.
Open.
I'm open. Welcome to the I'm
I'm
Open
open.
podcast. We've had weekly episodes for the last every week. Um, so you're used to seeing us every week. Welcome back. It hasn't been very long. I'm Sam. That's Joe in the white shirt. That's Ryan in the pink shirt. That's Andrew in the black shirt. If you're listening without video, Joe is wearing a white shirt, Ryan's wearing a pink shirt, and Andrew's wearing a black shirt. So that's who I'm talking about. We have a lot to catch up on. It's the whole off season happened, and then the on season happens next week. So there's been a lot of news to cover. A lot of takes have been brewing in our stupid brains, and we're gonna spew them out. Um, how's everyone doing?
So good, Sam. Thank you for the kind introduction.
Excellent.
Sam, that was wonderful. I just wanted to let you know I'm open.
Oh, glad to hear it.
We're so back.
Yeah, we're
We
so
are
back.
we're so back.
Everyone's
That's all
talking
I can
about
say.
it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, I'm ready to jump right into it. I'm coming into this cold. I haven't really like stewed over a lot of takes, but I just want to talk ball. What's our first like
Mhm.
let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, we're gonna hop right into news. I'm gonna share my screen where I have a list of news items that Joe's compiled for us. There we go. Item number one, not surprisingly, Babbitt. Who has thoughts? I thought it was gonna be an April Fool's thing. I gotta be real.
Sam, I honestly couldn't tell if you were joking with me the whole time about you thinking it being an April Fool's thing.
I
Because
really did.
I initially was like, it's an April Fool's thing, and you're like, no, they wouldn't do that. And then ever since that point, I was like, oh, Sam's messing with me because I thought it was an April Fool's thing.
Am I the only
Yeah.
one who just took it at face value and didn't think it was an April Fool's joke?
I also took it at face value, but it's because I read Lepler's article as like my first consumption of the news, and Lepler's article made it seem very real.
Right. I mean, I'm also like gullible and dumb, so there's also that.
Fair,
Like I also fall
fair.
for a lot of
Yeah.
April Fool's jokes, so I'm
That's
not
a
trying to.
thing. I've gotten got so many times, I'm like on the
hmm
defensive. And I
It is
saw like in the
suspicious.
article it was like,
Yeah,
oh, April 1st he'll
yeah,
announce like,
that was
okay.
suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just an unfortunate timing thing that it happened around then because like no one can take you seriously. Like especially if you're a social media account announcing news, like that's like the day that you can like
Yeah.
fuck with people. So, yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing with this is well, okay, there's two things. It's like how does this affect the Empire and also like the whole division, but then also like um the contract negotiation element of it. Like it seemed like he wanted more. The Empire weren't gonna budge or like just something about with the negotiations didn't really work out. Which is like fascinating to me. It's like the first time I've ever seen that happen with Frisbee, like a Frisbee player negotiating, going somewhere else. We were kind of talking in our chat, like, did is there like did Boston give him what he was asking for from New York, or did he just like did things just kind of sour and he left? Like, what happened? Like, I'm fascinated to know the details of his like contract and stuff. But it's kind of one of the first times we've seen this with a pro frisbee player.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the way that I took it was not that Babbitt left to go get a better offer from Boston as much as Babbitt felt treated unfairly, probably by the Empire. And maybe Empire. I don't know. Lepler's article to me read like the onus was on the ownership and not as much Babbitt. So I don't know. To me, it kind of came off like Babbitt didn't necessarily want to leave, and I don't know. The negotiations fell through, and he went somewhere else. But it didn't really feel like he was trying to get a better deal from Boston. So I don't know. I feel bad. I feel like it sucks to not play where you live and like want to play. Even though it's like cool, the MVP is like a free agent and stuff. It's like we're still not a real league where people make millions of dollars. Like nobody wants to move if like they wanted to play for their home team, you know?
Yeah. And he's got all these like relationships on New York, and I mean Jeff Babbitt does like a ton of like off-field stuff for the Empire, like running their like youth camps and stuff like that. I've definitely seen a lot of that. So yeah, it is pretty shocking. It must have been something significant. It's crazy that I don't know, it's crazy that something like this could happen in the UFA. It's like it was pretty shocking. That's kind of why I was like on the April Fool's side of things, because I was like, why would like an actual free agency like
Yeah.
standoff be happening? But I guess
I wonder if he was like, look, I've won MVP. You should give me like the same or similar contracts to Yacht and Oscar. And they were like, no. And he was like, oh, okay.
yeah, that's the thing. Like I can't imagine they would say no to that.
I know. I know. I can't imagine him being like, oh, okay. I guess I'll just go to Boston for $50 for the year.
Yeah, the Ever Shapiro special.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The biggest confusing thing I have in this is that I'm like pretty sure one of Jeff's like main source of income is like working for the Empire. Like Sammy said, he was leading their youth camps and stuff. Like I think he was like an Empire ambassador. And now I'm just kind of confused if he is making a career decision and like, actually doing what he studied for and gonna go play for Boston as just Frisbee. Um, I just looked him up on LinkedIn, couldn't find him, so I don't know what his current job title is. But
Good research.
it's very interesting. Yeah, we do in-depth research here. It's very interesting to see kind of like what the personal ramifications are for Jeff. And honestly, I'm wishing him the best. Like last year on the take chart, I picked Boston to make the playoffs. Like I would love to see Boston like be in that top three, and it's very possible, like easily
Mhm.
possible, especially with Jeff over there and Ryan taking some time off. I mean, that doesn't really affect New York's going to be in there, but Philly's Philly, and so we'll see.
Yeah, Jeff was kind of mean to us at championship weekend, but like I don't want to see him have to leave if it wasn't what he wanted.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
I hope he does
Also,
well.
also we were being assholes, to be fair.
Let's be perfectly clear. I think he's not. I don't think Jeff was necessarily in the wrong. I think it's just a case of
He was being serious and we were being assholes, is what
yeah,
happened.
I mean, he's trying to do his job and take a playoff game seriously, and we're like
Frisbee.
dicking around on the sideline, yeah, sticking a camera in
To
John
be
Randolph's
fair, we
face.
were also doing our jobs. We were handed press passes and we were being media personnel.
True.
That's true. They knew what they were getting into when they invited us there. So I
All right,
don't think
well,
anyone's in the wrong, but anyway.
yeah, anyway, Ryan mentioned also that Oscar, this report was a little more open-ended. Like he may not play a season, he's taking some time off. Um, don't really know what that is about beyond what Lepler wrote, but
I think there were
obviously
other
I hope
tweets
he's
that
doing all
were
right. But
I think there were other tweets that were more definite about him not playing, but I wanted to show Lepler's and also this graphic I liked the most.
mm,
And
yeah,
also
I think it must be definite he's at least not going to start the season. I could see him coming back. I wonder if it's just like fatigue from. I mean, he's. I
yeah,
don't know how old he is. He's 30 something. He's been playing frisbee a long time.
I think
Yeah.
he's like 30, 31 maybe.
I I think the article mentioned that, GM Matt Stevens said we're currently planning as if he's not playing this season. So that kind of tells you that the Empire's like, if he plays, he plays, but he's probably not going to play. And I think someone was about to touch on it. Like, I hope everything's okay. Like, personally, I don't think any of us has like tried to reach out to him, even though like we've had him on a couple times. But hopefully everything's good, and I could see him coming back for playoffs because he's a competitor, and I bet he wants to win, especially if Empire's in the race again for the championship, which they're obviously going to be.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm kind of curious if anyone's like, done a temperature check or reached out. I know we made like we've got the like friend of the pod Discord and like sent a couple jokes, but I didn't really see anything from him. Yeah, I guess like I'm not a UFA level player or even like a MVP.
Yeah, one day.
So yeah, maybe one day. But like I mean, I gotta say, like I kind of relate to like kind of feeling burnt out on Frisbee. Because I personally, I feel like my relationship to the game is like similar in a way where I'm like I really like it, but I'm just a little bit burnt out on playing, and I'm like the door's always open. I can play if I want to, but I just don't really feel like it, And if that's what that is, then I totally get where he's coming from. But it is kind of crazy coming from someone who like is a year plus removed from an MVP season and like, multiple time champion. And this guy like has done anything but run from the grind, like he's
Hmm.
such a competitor that like that's not really I can't really relate to that, you know what I mean? So that is kind of interesting to see that happen. But man, maybe he's just fucking tired, dude. Like, I don't know. Like maybe he's just
Yeah.
kind of it's
Yeah.
an insane grind to play
Yeah.
club and UFA and like whatever other bullshit you have going on in your life. Like all these guys have to work full-time jobs basically. Like it's it's an insane grind, and it's not surprising to me. I'm
Hmm.
surprised. I'm surprised that I don't see like more of this in a way. Um,
Right.
but yeah, obviously, like you hope everything's okay. But I can kind of understand like just being a little bit burnt out. And also like the headline is kind of shocking. It's like, oh, he's stepping away. Like what's happening? But like the way that the interview there, like there's some of the quotes from Oscar kind of sounded was that like, I think he's for sure coming back this season. Like I really think he's gonna like, you kind of have to read the tea leaves a little bit, but it sounded like he's
Hmm.
totally in like for the playoffs at least.
That's kind of what I got from it.
That would super not surprise me. Like it just sounds like he just needs a break.
Like he just
Just
doesn't want
like
to do the whole thing, but like he still wants to like compete when it's serious and win. I could
Mhm.
totally see that.
and especially like with the Empire, like
Yeah.
what is like going and playing Montreal or like going and like some of these games, it's like no offense, but like, you know, it's so much travel and so much of a grind, and it's like, what am I getting out of this? So I kind of get like
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not just saying that like Ben Yacht when we had him on, he was like, yeah, sometimes these games kind of blow, So I get that. I get that. But definitely surprising. And like I think
Yeah.
with Babbitt leaving, it was like, okay, whatever. Like they I mean not just whatever. I mean, he's like MVP, he's an amazing player, but like the Empire were fine without him. Like with his sitting out with the
Yeah, they
concussion,
beat
like
DC without him. Yeah.
they beat DC without him.
They threw
Or
three turns an entire game
they
without
set
him.
a record, right? Wasn't that
Yeah.
like a league record or something, or
Yeah.
at least a playoff record? Like they in like offensive efficiency. I mean, they were like almost perfect.
Well, offense and defense. I think it was like three turns for the entire game.
Yeah, without
Yeah.
him. So that was like I was like Empire's still going to be so good, and then now with this, that changes things a little bit for me. Um,
Yeah, that's a big piece. It's going to be a big
that's huge.
also while we're on Empire, they did make an addition of Liam Haberfield from Atlanta, who I
This
think,
is actually really exciting
yeah,
because
last year he was a rookie and he had an insane year
Mhm.
because he's like
this
a extremely good player, but
This man has the dirtiest flick huck I've ever seen. Like he gets his
Yeah.
whole body into it, and then it just comes off perfect every time.
I
So,
also purposefully chose this tweet because I thought it was really funny that the UFA was getting into like the jersey editing to put Empire on the old picture of Liam.
honestly, I
looks
didn't
good.
even think about that. It looks pretty solid.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
Well done to
It's gotta be DC,
Daniel
right?
Cohen. Yeah.
probably.
Gotta
Good
be.
job. It's impressive.
Yeah. It's the finer details, really
Yeah,
really
honestly,
good.
it didn't even occur to me that that was Photoshop. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But then again, on the negative side, there was another O-line player in Lithio
Mm.
who moves to the Union, which is kind of crazy.
Hmm.
See, this to me just reads that John Lithia moved to Chicago.
For sure, for sure.
I mean, that's all these like moves, right?
Yeah,
Like,
pretty for the most part.
I could
That's
see
gonna
them
be
like
the
flying Haberfield out or something to New York or something. Like,
Yeah,
you could
that's
still be
fair.
working
That's
this
fair.
out.
But for any other team, it's gonna be
Yeah.
that they moved. Um, and then yeah, New York is one game from the wins in a row record. Wow,
And they
rigged.
play, as
Rigged.
mentioned by Alu, they play Montreal in their first game.
Sounds rigged.
Sounds
damn.
rigged.
I also like I don't want to open up the Montreal Hive to come after me for this. All right.
Yeah.
They should have won it. They should have won. They should have won more games.
Oh, I
This-
didn't
they
even
didn't
see
want it.
this.
This
Oh,
is the most
yeah.
exciting tweet of the offseason.
Yeah.
Are the
Oh
glory
my
kind of lit this
God.
year?
Dude,
Boston's a little
I'm a
lit.
glory
Wait.
fan.
Boston is a little lit.
Boston's
Could you
actually
imagine
kind of
Jonas
lit this
Singh
year.
though?
Osborne is so sick.
He's just gonna hug it to Babbitt and Haber. Oh, this is gonna be great. Also, they got Tanner Johnson back.
Tanner Johnson's
Yeah,
in the
Boston's a
he's gonna
little lit.
play.
Tanner Johnson's back. So yeah, so now Boston has Tanner, the other Tanner, Jeff Babbitt. Yeah.
Ben Sadok.
Ben
Boston's
Sadoko.
gonna be disgusting this year
Oh,
if they
yeah.
if they take it seriously. Like if like is Tanner gonna actually like go to road games? Is he gonna actually like? Because I feel like it's kind of the like it's similar to Manny Eckert. You know how like Manny Eckert played like 2 games for the Cascades and like put up MVP numbers and then just like didn't play anymore. Like that Tanner could win MVP if he like played every game.
It's
you
it's
know,
really
or
all
even
about
played most of the
buy-in
games. Yeah,
for a lot
that's
of these
crazy.
teams.
That
But Boston
changes.
definitely has like the top end talent now
Is there
if they can get the
bad?
buy-in.
Is there bad boy still on the team? Their best bad boy?
Who's their best bad boy?
Your buddy.
Oh, that was Chicago.
That was Chicago?
Oh, Ben Priest. Yeah, what are you talking about, bro?
Man, I don't know. I guess I don't know.
You jumped
really
ahead
thought
of
it was
us
on
to the
Boston.
We're so
Chicago
back.
section.
We're so
back.
back.
Speaking of Chicago, they signed Henry Goldenberg from the Rascals.
Rascals.
Oh, it has the picture here. I don't even have to open it.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Shout out Google. They signed Joe White back.
Yeah, that thank God was about him not playing DC as often.
Mm,
Yeah, that was a tough time.
he was
got too many assists.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were all air bounce back ends.
Yep.
I mean, that changes the complexion of the Union season a lot, I feel like. Or no, didn't they have some they had some did Barker retire?
Ross Barker retired.
I think
Ross
he did.
Barker retired. Okay.
Well, you're forgetting
They
about
add
Ben
Lithio.
Priest, who plays for the Chicago Union.
You're right.
Good
He's a
point.
stud. He's a stud.
Do we
Union
know
could
if,
be kind of nice.
Yeah, do we know if Nate Goff is playing again?
I don't know.
Because he kind of played last year. Let me go to watchufa.com.
I love how unserious this league is, where it's like one of the best players on the team it can just be like a week before the season starts. It's like, is he playing? I don't know. Like, and it's sometimes they're not. And it's like, oh, okay.
So another thing about how unserious this league is,
Not on
No,
Boston.
he's not on here.
some of the
Are
teams
you
have just
kidding
not
me?
posted their rosters.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
they added
Oakland,
Jake Ruben Miller.
Okay.
the Oakland Spiders have no like posting on their website, on socials about their roster. And I've heard rumblings from people out west that Mac Hecht is not returning to Oakland, which, if it's true, is a huge loss. And
Mhm.
if he's not, what if he's playing with another team? Like, that's a huge addition.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I think the league's
Wow.
got to be a little more strict about dropping rosters at the same time. That would be nice.
That would be very nice.
Don's
Dance
Dance
Chris
with
with
Don.
Chance.
Chance.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah,
So much has happened.
our former college captain and our best friend in the world, Chance Cochran,
Oh, our bestest.
is playing Summit. We've wanted him to for a couple of years, and he's finally doing it.
I feel like we convinced him.
I think so.
Yeah.
This is us. This is our win right here.
Honestly, if
I'll
we didn't
drink
make
to
this
us.
pod, he's probably not on the summit. So we'll say
I
that.
mean, yeah, because we're so cool, and you know what? The odds that I get a Cochrane jersey are non-zero, non-zero.
Yeah.
My favorite part
It's going to
about
be
this,
the what do the jerseys say? It's like the Dave something
Oh.
experience, Dave Long
Howie
experience,
something long, Phil Long,
the Phil
something.
Long experience. They have just a massive advertisement on the
And then their sun
Avalanche
hoodies are
jerseys,
just
or
like
the
weed
the
dispensary.
Summit jerseys.
Hell yeah.
But that's kind of
Um,
cool.
Yeah, I
I
can't
wanna
wait
go.
for Chance to make a highlight and then we just tweet or post some like really old drunk photo of Chance. It's gonna be great.
Oh my God, I have so many good, like,
Oh,
ridiculous
I
Chance
mean,
photos.
the
I can't wait.
Halloween video, that's top tier.
Moving on in the West, Lucas Ambrose shipping up to Seattle from LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rip.
That's
I have
too
a hot
bad.
take. I have a hot
Yeah.
take. Are you guys ready for this?
Give it.
Seattle is like a black hole of like it almost like doesn't matter who plays for them, they just kind of suck. And this takes away from the Aviators more than it helps Seattle.
Yeah, I could see
Because
that.
last year I tried to be like, oh my God, they have Khalif, like they're
Garrett
gonna
Martin.
like we had the clip that he like, quote tweeted or whatever. Like I was like, he's gonna change things there. They had fucking Khalif El Salam and they were still like in like just such an unserious team last year. Like
Yeah.
this does nothing for me. I'm gonna be honest.
They added Cleve and Garrett Martin last year.
And Garrett
Yep.
Martin. And they were
Yep.
still like so like blech, you know? Like they
I
beat
think I
Portland.
agree. I feel like he might sort of fade into the meh in
He could even put
Seattle.
up. I mean, he could even put up numbers. Like he could even still like get a bunch of blocks. But it's just like,
And it'll be like, oh, they're 3-9.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. This doesn't do anything for me. Gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
look who
he's
the
back.
Aviators signed.
Mm-hmm.
That's the money.
Wow.
They extended him. They got that extension done.
Hmm. That's interesting because I did catch him trying out at the New York Empire tryout. So the Aviators must have done something big to stick him around.
Yeah. So Everest visited for Mardi Gras, and while he was in a drunken stupor, I convinced him to let me be his agent. And I was so ready to help out with his contract. And he continues to sign the worst contracts of all time. Like,
He just
what are we
doesn't
doing?
listen to good advice.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, come on. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I want to say too much. But there were other teams that were interested in him, and that's only a good thing if you want to, get that bag, as it were, as the kids
Yeah.
say.
Mhm.
And I think big bag fumble occurred this offseason for Mr. Shapiro. And I mean, he's on the hook for like this is his. What's the deal with this contract? He signed a new like he already had a bad contract, then he just signed like another bad one. Like what is he doing here?
Yeah, this is his final year of his bad contract for now. But he'll sign a new one next year, don't you worry.
Another bad one.
Yeah. Just make sure it's for
Um,
multiple years for the same amount of money, and
which is like nothing.
yeah.
In Growlers news, Goose is assistant coaching this year.
Ooh, welcome back.
Yeah, that's
This
awesome.
is honestly
Mhm.
is Kayla also coaching? Is she the head coach?
She might be the head coach.
She coached last year. I
She
don't
was.
know if she. Let's see if the Watch UFA website is updated for that team.
Doubtful.
But yeah, that's awesome news. Team
Travis
coaches.
Dunn's beard looks wild in that
Yep.
picture.
All right, she's on here, so
All right.
maybe.
That
Yep.
is surely just left there from last season.
Yeah,
but...
yeah, for sure. All right,
Oh
what do we
my
got
gosh.
here? Oh, we've got every jersey here.
Oh, these Legion unis are kinda yeah, a little mustardy color. But
All
it's
right.
an improvement. It's an improvement.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
scroll
definitely agree.
through. You fire away with takes as you come up with them.
All right, Nitro is gross, but
Who's
I
got
don't
Gorp?
expect
They
it.
got Gorpus on their
Yeah,
jersey.
they got Gorpus.
Wow, that is
I
an
kind of love the
awful,
Spiders
awful
darks.
jersey.
I think the Spiders are clean.
Spiders,
Yeah.
I can
It's the
I
same
can
as
do.
last year.
The
Spiders are
shred
meh.
whites, they
Spiders are
added some
meh.
mountains to it. I see.
Shred whites are really nice.
Yeah,
Cascades
Yeah.
finally don't look stupid, and look
Oh,
just
less
so
I don't-
boring.
I don't like those.
last
Oh,
year's were way
Gorpus.
worse.
Gorpus.
Yeah,
Gorpus.
yeah, those are nice though. Those are nice.
I
Am I
kind of
the?
like the Philly blue. I saw
I
it
love
in the
I
video
love the
with
Yeah,
Philly.
James.
yeah,
It looked
yeah.
good.
Absolutely.
Hold
So
on
into
though.
it.
I'm so disappointed with the hustle jerseys. They're just like eh.
Yes. Yeah, we
Every,
should talk about that.
people like them. I think they're
I'm
like
not.
they're just
So
meh.
they're boring. They had good jerseys last year.
Yeah, I like their
Mhm.
last year
They had some of
jersey.
the best, yeah.
They've had some great jerseys over the years, and this is just kind of a step down, in my opinion. But I don't know.
Let's talk about
Pittsburgh's
this
fine.
Pittsburgh jersey. I think it's very uninspired.
Yeah, it's
It
fine.
it doesn't know it's trying to be all things to all people.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The skyline looks like a fourth grader was like, or somebody asked a fourth grader, draw a skyline, and it's just one line.
yeah, not enough bridges.
No.
Radical.
Rascals.
I mean,
Plain
Rascal, come
Buffalo?
on, give
Same
me
as always.
something new. Give me something new.
Looks like
You know
what,
Havoc
though?
stayed the
Like,
same.
They doubled down, and I respect that in a way. I like these
didn't-
Havoc jerseys.
You do? I don't.
It's kind of pee yellow, but the
they're okay.
blue one,
I
blue
do like
green
the blue one. Yeah, that's a nice color.
Kind of nice.
The glory is a take. Like they went.
I'm
So
into it.
weird.
I'm
I
into it.
love
I
it.
kind
I
of
love
like it. I kind of like it. I'm into it. Breeze,
I'm
Who gets
very
to
into it.
decide the jerseys? I'll be honest. Like, is it B Ultimate or is it somebody on the team?
Gotta
I
be the
think it's
team.
a yeah.
They're like, we want to make this, and then Be Ultimate like mocks it up. I would
Yeah.
assume.
I love that the mechanics were like, we're just gonna continue keeping our players in jail and just
Yeah.
The DC, that's new, right? It didn't say DC Breeze before, did it?
Oh, well, this one said
Did it just say
Washington,
Washington?
but yeah, some aspects of it are new, but the general design of it is the same.
Mm-hmm. I can't
I'm not
remember what
mad
it
at
said
it.
last year, but I feel like it said,
It might have just said Washington.
yeah, I don't know. But I like the little
Breeze.
DC logo they made for this year.
Yeah.
It's very small on the screen, but anyway. New page. Indy is similar to last year, but they made it say Indy instead of cats. And I think
Oh,
they
I-
put the word over the number instead of below.
The Toronto one is kind of really messing with me.
Yeah, it's
Having
like
that O at the end is really
it's like Toronto.
Well said.
That's what I think. That's just what I.
yeah. I do fuck hard with the white indies. I think it
The
looks
white
clean.
indies are nice.
Yeah,
They're kind of
they're
nice.
I like them.
I
like 'em.
love it. I love it.
I like these royal ones too, but they're like the same.
They're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of the
Same
Summit
shit
jerseys.
here.
The Phil Long is kind of
The
ugly.
Phil Long jerseys.
Yeah, it's just so weird.
The
I mean,
They
Summits
got good
jerseys
money for that.
they've gotten slightly worse every year, I think. The Summit jerseys.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
I
think the
really wasn't a
finishes are
fan even last year of the like blue red
They were okay. I
combo
didn't. I
thing.
like.
I don't know.
I like how they went with a darker blue now. Like they went back to a darker blue, which I think is better.
Yeah.
But
And I understand the massive ad. I think that's fair.
yeah, valid.
Yeah, I like the little DC thing as I mentioned.
hmm
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not in love. I'm not. I'm not.
I think
It's
it's
Oh,
like
it's an improvement.
did they have
like
the cat
yeah.
on the darks last year for the Alley Cats?
I don't know. They had it on the white one, right?
So,
Yeah, I thought they
Yeah,
only had it on the
definitely.
whites.
I don't know.
whatever
Well,
it is, I'm a fan. I love
if
the
that's
cats.
new, that's cool. All right, Flyers tweaked things.
I like
I
these
think
better than last year, I think.
they improved.
Well, at least
They
the
improved.
whites.
They improved the whites for sure. I think they improved the darks too.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're both
I
better.
still don't. I
Yeah.
still don't.
Mm.
They're both slightly better from jerseys that I didn't really like. So, like, I don't know. I like the
So
Cascades dark. I like it.
it's better than last year.
I
I
still
like the
don't like
tech.
it.
I like the texture.
I
I'm
think
into it.
I think I hate their logo is the issue. Now that I'm really
Yeah.
thinking about it,
Yeah, I think I'm kind
or
of
their
with
like
you.
font. I just
I kind
something
of like
about it.
it.
Something
looks.
about it looks like cheap to me.
eh, it looks. It looks like a modern sports jersey, which I kind of like.
It does. It is pretty unique. I appreciate that. And then
You know,
also, sorry,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say like I think the Glory are going for something similar, but they're pulling it off better with just like kind of a modern look. It
Mhm.
just looks like a cool modern jersey. I don't know. It's just like a
Yeah.
cool design. It's got the like sponsors on it, but it doesn't look like ugly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Looks kind of cool.
I think the Colorado is kind of the white is kind of boring.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think if we have Toronto, then we also have like Colorado.
Yeah.
Like it's so small.
Yeah.
It is itty
Yeah.
bitty.
Like I wish it said Summit instead, to be honest.
I wish it said the Phil Long experience.
I think they've got a brand on the butt side of the jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
A
ultimate
little
Lenny
tramp
Keith.
stamp.
There you go. I like the Philly one also. That's
Yeah,
fun.
same.
Philly did a
I
great job. They did a great job.
I think
Yeah.
I like
these
the back.
We don't
Yeah,
want to
the
hype
back is
Philly
cool.
up too much. All right.
I know they did a
they
good job.
they have good jerseys. They just have terrible tweets and like not a very good team. I
Yeah,
think these Boston ones really look like an actual soccer team jersey.
they do. They
Because
do.
like those have brands
Yeah.
on it, like Fly Emirates, like, and the crest is a super soccery crest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm very impressed with this dark by
Yeah.
Boston.
They did such a good job of taking their like tramp stamp logo and making it look like a soccer logo. Like they really cleaned that up nice. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
props to them.
Let's
Solid
see.
soul. I kind of like this soul purple.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got
pretty
a
sure
little
it's blue,
texture
but
thing.
yeah.
Did New York lose the pinstripes?
No, they have pinstripes here.
Okay, I can't see.
I'm a little
And they
colorblind.
have 3 little stars for their 3 championships. That's pretty baller.
Oh,
Oh, that is pretty baller.
that's kind of rad.
And that's gonna be
Minnesota.
outdated really soon.
I love these. I own this Minnesota one, but it's not
Yeah,
that's a good
blue.
one.
Oh, the
I like
aviators.
I like the Aviators are leaning into the black
Oh.
because I think the black is the best color for their jersey.
It looks bad.
How does
Why is it
aviators
so
get
bad?
more bizarre than last year?
I like it better than
It's
last
like an
year.
absurdist skyline.
It's just
To me, it looks like a picture from like a really dark concert, and like all the fans are like reaching up to like grab the singer. They're about to like jump into the stands, and something bad's about to happen.
yeah. Can I just say, San Diego? I think they did a good job.
I'm
It's like
so into them.
Yeah,
super simple. They didn't try to like reinvent the wheel. They're like, we're going for this style, and I think they just did it really well. It's super
Totally
simple.
agree.
I mean, it's not my favorite
very
one,
clean,
but like
very clean.
they're clean. Like I'm into it.
Definitely on the upper end. Like, yeah, simple but not boring.
Yeah.
Especially, I think the dark is really nice. The way the logo is just like one tone, and then you have like the two-tone lines
Yeah, I
into it.
like it. I like it. Empires look great. I
Yeah,
hate to say it, but they look great.
dark is cool.
Yeah. Taking a note.
One more.
Oh man, these
We
are
got the
terrible.
aviators. Yeah,
They phoned it
aviators.
in.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Last year they tried like too hard, and then this year they just like phoned it in.
Yeah, they like put the skyline on, and someone was like, "Do you want to straighten it?" And they were like, "Nah."
It's crooked. Are you sure you want it this way?
Oh
Like,
man, what if Lotto did this? He's totally listening to this
oh,
part
he
of the
for sure
episode.
did. He for sure did. Come on,
Well,
come on, step it
I'll
up.
like it more if you send me a free one.
Yes, yes.
that's
We'll
totally
edit
true.
this. If you send us a free one, we'll cut this part out and edit.
All right,
I don't even
moving
want to
on.
give this tweet like
Yeah,
5
moving
minutes of
on
our
in
time.
news. Philly, I don't know if this can count as news, but Philly is back to their like I don't know, their complex of how they're better than everyone because of how they lose to the Empire.
I think Sasha's tweet summed up like what I was thinking a lot.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not logged
Oh,
in, so
Oh,
we can't find out what it was.
well,
Ryan, paraphrase it. Paraphrase it.
I'd have to go look it up. But it was basically it was just like you're using your losses as like something when it's like just win. Like you're trying to say you're good by only talking about your losses.
Hmm.
And it's just like, yeah, that's not a good argument when you're talking about a sports team.
Yeah, they play so many bad games. Like, if you run up the score at the end of a loss, like, who cares? And then we had this other Philly tweet
Yes.
about, yeah, we really need to stop having multiple people access this account,
I wanted to
which,
enter this as evidence
yeah,
in the court case of the people versus the Philadelphia Phoenix Twitter.
yeah,
do
because even
we
they
do,
know.
do we think that maybe this was just the same person?
Probably.
Yeah, I 100% do, because they had a tweet a little bit later that was like, "Don't make us let the other person tweet tonight."
Yeah.
I think it's totally the same person.
I will say, like, I do think that them being like insufferable on Twitter is kind of part of their brand because little window into into our just a little window into my world. I was chatting up the Philly owner at championship weekend right before I dropped a pizza on the ground. Or maybe it was after, I can't remember. But
So
we
weird you
we
can't remember.
we were talking we were talking about like their Twitter, and he was like, yeah, whatever, like it's fun, like it gets people talking about the team and stuff, and I'm like, you're not wrong, like that, like it gets engagement, like people being angry at you, like
Yeah.
it kind of works, like um
Yeah.
so for better or for worse, no, all press is good press, I guess. That's kind of their approach to their like social media presence. So it's definitely not like I think part of it is kind of intentional.
Mhm.
Um
And I love that.
Certainly.
Like I take no issue with, people just saying shit. It's frisbee. Like if you're not saying shit, then we're being too nice and then the sport's not a real sport, which it isn't. But, there needs to be some kind of, chaos to like have people talk about the sport and it's exciting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are we
All
gonna talk
right.
about the Nitro and the Onyx?
I don't know. We don't have a link, so we're coming at this a little weak. But
I didn't really realize that Sam was just going to show this exact uh Google whatever drive whatever
also
that I made.
I like that you held down the shift key even when you wrote apostrophe so that
Thank
that's
you. I
cool.
actually wrote a normal apostrophe and it didn't feel uppercase enough, so I changed it.
Nice.
Hell,
Anyway, yeah, the Onyx don't exist. The Nitro might have weird money issues with not paying players.
I think they have new ownership this year.
Well, let's just like allege this and then move on without
Yeah.
providing any proof.
okay.
I thought the Onyx thing was related to the Nitro thing in their ownership group. also.
What I think happened is there was one ownership group that was not paying players and didn't have money or whatever, yada yada. And then the Onyx folded. And then recently, since like all this stuff happened, a new ownership group came in for the Nitro specifically. And that's why the Nitro is happening this year.
They got bought by Gorpus.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Gorpus
probably.
kind of stuck their big Gorpy out there and said, "We want Frisbee."
Well, because I think Jake Johnson was part of that ownership group.
All I have to say is that I did see a tweet from like some like Jersey or some company was like still wait, like they went to Twitter. They're like, I don't know what else to
Yeah,
do, but
yeah.
like still waiting on that invoice. Like, I sent you guys an invoice like months ago,
Thanks.
like or something.
Thanks
Yeah,
for the assist on finding links, Elu.
sorry, but you know what I mean. It happened.
So yeah, so Portland Nitro, they posted on Instagram April 3rd, which is what, a couple weeks ago. And it was just a, press release. UFA Portland Nitro announces new owners. So starting April 3rd or from whenever that deal got done, two new, I think it's Darcy Fredericks and Bill Freeman have become the new owners. So there had to have been something going on behind the scenes that, old ownership group got pushed out or something. And
Maybe they
Interesting.
stopped paying
I
players.
just think if I had to guess, I think Steve Hall kind of got involved and like took care of some stuff and did his like Steve Hall magic.
They should have bought the Onyx too. They had way better merch.
Agreed.
Concur.
Speaking of the WUL, Super Bloom Rising. They're the
Yep.
only undefeated team in the league right now. It's been 3 weeks, I believe.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, technically 4, but there were no games in week 3.
yeah, well, there you go. I don't know. I've watched every Super Blue game. They look so good.
Yeah.
And that's honestly all I really care about. At this point, I'm not gonna hold back on like being partial to them. I think I'm just gonna root for them. They're my favorite.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But that's not the only thing I care about. I also care about how the Tempest are 1 and 2.
Great point.
Yeah. What's going on with them?
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse ring. Mickey
Yeah.
Mouse has come to collect his cheese.
Week 1, they got dunked on, and I saw that score, and I was like, "Wait, this team? This how?" And
Yeah,
yeah,
Jamie Erickson, man. Jamie Erickson's gone. Changes the whole outlook.
yeah.
Yeah,
God.
I'm an Alpenglow
Yeah,
convert.
It's the opposite. It's the opposite of RIP.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
got that. Yeah, the related news is the DC Shadow and the PUL are 2-0 with a +29 goal differential.
Oof.
And Joe wrote "Rip Blaze" because she's gone and now plays for the Alpenglow, and then he wrote "Per Jamie," which is just ripped backwards because they added Jamie
Peace
Erickson.
and rest, Jamie.
Peace and rest.
And shout out Tara.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that Radiance game was crazy.
Carolina
DC
Frisbee
Shadow.
over.
Dude, we've been calling it. And then our last news item is Joe got season tickets again
I
for the
did.
Breeze.
I did.
Do you have
So
to
head
eat
over
like
to
19 pizzas to make it profitable or like make it get your value?
No,
Or-
no, I got the $200 one instead of the $400 one because I didn't think I was going to be able to go to all the games this year.
Mm.
So, it comes with like cheaper drinks and food at like some of the games, and also I get like fast pass to the food and concessions.
You get to cut in line. The
Yeah,
people.
pretty sick.
I thought you were gonna say it
Whoa.
was like a fast pass to the bathroom because that would be pretty sick.
Now, they gave me a
Joe-
specialty diaper. I don't even have to leave the seat.
Get
Joe,
on it,
next year,
Breeze.
just-
Make Breeze branded diapers.
Next year, just get your media pass before game 1, and then you don't have to buy season tickets.
Yeah, but the season tickets come with free beer and pizza if I
Oh,
buy the
fuck,
more
yeah, that's
expensive
true.
one. Which next year, Next year I won't be as busy. It won't be an election year.
Yeah,
Oh,
true
yeah.
that. Speaking of Breeze, no Ben Ort anymore. No
I was
Boxley
like, oh, I was really considering not getting season tickets because of no work.
because of no Ort.
He got
Um,
deported.
nice one.
We're so back.
We're so
We never
back.
left.
We never left.
And that wraps up news. That only took us like an hour, and that'll bring us to takes, which is what we're all here for anyway.
Oh, there's more. Should we make this a second episode?
I don't know.
I don't
Stretch
know.
out, stretch out the
Cut.
content.
Might as
Cut.
well post 2 things.
I'm
Cut.
open.
I'm open.
Oh, I'm open.
Well, I'll just say, because at the beginning I was like, we're gonna do these 2 things. So now I'll say, stay tuned for part 2. I'm
Nice.
open.
I'm open.
That's fine.
I'm
We're
open.
not a real podcast anyways.
Yeah, who fucking cares?